The Senate passed the Stabenow-Roberts GMO labeling compromise bill. The bill does two things. It, number one, creates a mandatory GMO labeling disclosure program that USDA is going to develop. It has some specific specifications in there, but number one, that's what the bill does. And number two, it prevents states from setting up their own GMO labeling laws, so a patchwork of state-by-state regulations. And so the American Farm Bureau Board of Directors had a conversation as to where they would come down on this piece of legislation. You know, this all stems back to Vermont's GMO labeling law that they passed a few years ago, which took effect July 1st of this year. The possibility or the idea that states would pass, you know, Vermont's law would look different than, say, a California law, a Texas law, that would create havoc in the marketplace. It would be impossible for those companies to really come into compliance with all of these different state labeling laws. And so a one unified voluntary label is what Farm Bureau has been advocating for quite some time. Unfortunately, when you look at this piece of legislation, it does include the mandatory disclosure side, not the voluntary side. The benefit, though, is that the label itself is specified very clearly in the legislation. And what it would basically be is a QR code, a little code that some folks see. You scan it with your smartphone and it sends you to a website. And that information, if the food product has a biotech ingredient, is going to talk about the benefits of biotechnology, why it's important for food production, why it's important for the environment. This is the world we live in terms of consumers who don't know as much about where their food comes from. And so we're trying to work to provide that information for them. And so that's what this QR code will do. And at the same time, talk about the benefits of biotechnology, talk about why it's important, talk about why farmers use it, talk about why it's being sold. It's a benefit to farmers, it's a benefit to the environment, it's a benefit to consumers in terms of lower food prices. And so that's why you know, we need this bill to move forward. We encourage our folks to support it.